Welcome to Only One You Need Radio. We're not the only one you need. You are. We just show you how to get out of your own way. With your host, speaker, author, business coach, and consultant, David Dube.
Welcome to Only One You Need Radio. It's your host, Dave Dube. So excited to have you here with me today. In this episode, my friend, I'm going to be asking you a very profoundly deep question. And I'm super excited to ask you this question. Before I do, I want to just ask if you are subscribed or if you find this content extremely valuable to do me a huge solid favor. And that's to rate me on iTunes. I don't ask for much, almost never ask for anything. And this is really the one thing, if you're listening to this, that I truly ask of you, to rate me on iTunes. I would greatly appreciate it. I put a lot of effort and time into these, and I would hope that you could put just a little bit of time to rate this show. Now, also, before I get into the content, I want you to know that there's a video version of this where I'm actually speaking on camera, sharing this exact same thing. So if you would rather watch this instead of listen to this, make sure you go to YouTube, type in Only One You Need Radio, and maybe even David, and you shall find me pretty dang quickly. So with that being said, let's get into the content, shall we? So I have a very important question to ask of you. It's a very deep question, actually. Now, there's a story to where this question came about or how it came about and why I feel it's so very important. And I want to give that to you in just a moment. For those of you who don't know me, I'm David Dube, and this is my book that I co-authored. It's called HD Mindset. If you are interested in changing what's going on in your head and actually achieving greater results in less time, you should definitely read this book, HD Mindset. You can find this on Amazon and even Barnes & Noble. With that being said, what is this question? Well, the way this question came about is actually quite intriguing to me. About 12 hours ago, I actually went into this Facebook group. It's a closed and private Facebook group. And there's one admin to, I don't know how many people are in this group. There's gobs and gobs and gobs of people in this group. And everything that you post has to be approved before anyone else can see it. And I thought on a whim that I was going to ask this question just to see what would happen. And the question blew me away because the results of this question in the last 12 hours, I've had well over 235 comments on it. And I'm kind of taken back by it because there's so many people posting on this in a very short period of time. It's like within an hour, I had 80 comments and I was like, and that was, last night before bed. So obviously there's a lot of people evening on Facebook diving in and seeing this question and then deciding to answer. And so that got me thinking, this is one of those deep questions. And it's one of those questions that most people never think to ask. In fact, I'm probably pretty sure you've never been asked this question ever in your entire life. And when I ask you this question, I'm asking because I'm truly intrigued. I really want to know the answer. So if you are watching this, I would love to know, and you should post below. If you are listening to this, then find me on social media and then let me know. I really, truly want to know. So I reposted this just a couple hours ago on my personal Facebook page, and I'm starting to get quite a decent amount of response. Now, most of the people that I'm friends with are business owners like myself. And so I don't think this is a question that any of them have ever thought about. And to see it, even if you're not a business person, you're just, average Joe or anyone, and you see this, you're going to be thinking to yourself, well, I've never thought of that. So what am I? And want to define that. And to me, that's the best part about this. It's a deep question. And if you've known me or if you've met me, you probably know that I'm a deep person. And if you've listened to me for any amount of time, you already know that I'm a deep person. I'm not this shallow kind of person. I often, way back in the day, I would tell people, I may look as shallow as a puddle, but I'm deeper than any ocean. And I truly mean that because obviously if you've listened to me, you know that to be true. So what is this question? You're probably just like, just wanting to know. And the question is this: what have you been searching for, or are you searching for in this lifetime? What are you searching for in this lifetime? And you probably never thought about that. That's probably never something that's ever come to your mind. Now, if it is, congratulations. But if it isn't, welcome. Welcome to a new space of mind and thought, and even living. Because now that I've asked it, and if you don't know the answer, now you're going to search for that answer. Just like when I first discovered this, and there's a story that goes behind this, and I'll share that story in a future video. Probably share it on Facebook Live before I actually do it here. So if you're not following me on Facebook, I'd probably go and do that. And it's so crazy to me. Especially on Facebook, you can actually interact with me, where here it's like you got to leave a comment or you got to find me and you got to do all this other additional work. But it blows my mind that how few people truly think of this, truly want to dive in and define themselves. And being a part of this group, this is a new group that I'm a part of, and I've been getting some amazing responses from people and getting depth of character when it comes to it. People asking these questions or even answering this one question. You know, what are you searching for in this lifetime? And I've gotten things like truth. Well, truth. And then I've been commenting back or questioning back. Well, what do you mean by truth? Because there's so many, your truth is going to be different than my truth. My truth is, just a simple one that to express it's my truth, not your truth, is I'm a male. And you may not be a male, or you may not identify as a male. So your truth is going to be different. Yes, you can say, I agree, that is true for you, but it may not be true for you, right? And so this whole thing, your past experiences create and define typically what your current reality is. And based on your past, whatever happened in your past is going to help you define and help you define what you're searching for as well. And so there's all these things that go into this process. So just hearing and seeing these comments, which, over 235 comments in 12 hours is a lot. And pretty much when I was sitting at my computer, I'd get notified as new people have been posting on there. And it blew my mind. And it's continually just blowing my mind, really. And I love every moment of it because I get to see and hear what other people think or believe is what their truth is and what they're searching for in their life. And some of the responses I get will be some of the videos that I do here in the near future. And the reason is because some of them are so profound. So I want to hear from you. I really, truly do. I want to know from you, what is it that you're searching for in this lifetime? I really want to know. So if you're, once again, watching this on YouTube, make sure to comment below what that answer is. If you are listening to this, find me on social media and comment. I really, truly desire to know. Now, if you don't want to share it, that's perfectly fine. But what I'd recommend doing is journaling it. Write that question down. And in time, try to define that. And in your definition of it, it will help you lead you into that direction of what it is that you truly desire for yourself in this life. See, most people are shallow. They would rather talk about, the current circumstances of the world, the economy, who the president is meeting with, and how this is getting screwed up by that, or this attack has been going on, as opposed to talking about real change. Real change is in asking deep questions, because when you can trigger the change within you, because it starts within you, because if you don't know that question, if you don't know the answer, you have to come up with that answer. When you find that answer, then you can actually actively search for that answer, and that creates change. That's what this is about. That's why I posted it. Of course, I wasn't expecting what I got, and I'm super excited after all of this to sit down and figure and see what other posts have been put there. The crazy part too is I literally created an entire video and another podcast that I was going to publish today, but because of the turnout of this, I decided, no, this is more valuable. And so I truly want to know. So look forward to more of these videos where I go deeper and deeper into the answers to people have given to this question and helping uncover those responses, making them, because whatever your response is, it may be similar to one of those. And if that's the case, I can help shed more light on that. I'm so excited for it. I really, truly am. There's so much to this. Once again, my book, if you haven't purchased it, do so. It's on Amazon, and from what I understand, it's on Barnes & Noble too. It's an awesome book. My co-author, Anthony Verderami, I actually just talked to him yesterday for the first time in months, and we had such an awesome conversation. He's such a great guy. He's a hypnotherapist, and he's the co-author of this book with me. It's definitely worth checking out. The other part too is if you want more clarity in your life, if you want more help removing barriers because maybe you don't know what the answer to that question is, or maybe you even know the answer, but you don't even know where to begin to find the answer to what it is that you're searching for, I have a private Facebook group that I've been running for several years now. And I'm going to be starting up new challenges in this group. And I'm also going to be working through an amazing program that I've put together. And I'll share more about that in the group specifically. But if you're interested, it's a free group to join. All you have to do is in Facebook, search mindset, which is one word, and then breakthroughs, which is another single word, and then hit enter, and you shall see my private Facebook group. Request to join that. I'll add you in, but make sure you follow the instructions. There's a video that's posted at the top that you should watch and follow the instructions on that video to become indoctrinated into this group and to really become more engaged and get the most out of it. You're going to want to follow those steps. So if that's of interest to you, I strongly urge you to become a part of it. It's a very transformative group, and everyone who's in that group really truly cares about everyone else who's a part of it, and they want the best for you. So it's a very safe group to share your ideas and thoughts and not be ridiculed or feel like you're going to be. You can be vulnerable in there, and that's one of the coolest parts about having and managing my own private Facebook group, because that's not you. If you're going to be a dink, you're not going to stay. So I really appreciate you. I look forward to having you a part of that Facebook group. Once again, I'm David Dube with Only One You Need, and it's time that you be the person that you're meant to be, believe in all that you're capable of, and become more than you thought imaginable. I look forward to catching you on the next episode. Take care.